Say his name is Omar. Sheriff has already informed the public by even the ministry during the last press conference. Does that presupposes that the Omar Sheriff in question is a Sierra Leonean national?
I cannot speak to what their nationality is. The police has not mentioned this position yet. As I like to do my job, I like to stick to the facts. I like to report what I know authoritatively. And what I know on this issue is what the police tells me. The police started an investigation. They have come forward. Luckily, we'll have another press conference next week. Before that press conference, I will have an opportunity to be thoroughly briefed by the Inspector General of Police, by the AG, and then I'll come back and say, based on their investigation, what they said at the time is that the identity that this person seems to be carrying, based on all the image and all the details that they have collected, that the person was carrying the name Omar Sheriff. That's their conclusion. That it might be an alias, but that's the name. Okay? Now, that name is what the police has put forward, and that's what I know. They didn't come to say what their nationality is. In fact, they went further. They said they looked from, because the report at the time was that 6 months was the suspicion was that the individual had been in Sierra Leone for 6 months. So the police started looking all the records going back to 6 months.
There are even other allegations that says he has been in Sierra Leone for the past 2 years.
That's a new one now. That's a new allegation. But I'm saying at the time of the press conference last week, it was the 6 month that was being reported. So the police looked back all the way 6 months in all our official, formal crossing points into the country, and they said they did not have any evidence of the person coming through any of those.
Now, let's say the image of Sierra Leone has been dented in all of this as we speak. Let's say it turns out to be false. Will Sierra Leone take up a legal action against the Netherlands for having blackmailed the country to that extent?
I will say that there's probably been some attempts to undermine our public image in the way that it's been sensationally reported. But I don't think I'll go as far as agree that our image has been dented. I think image is not based on one or singular news. I think it's based on a set of different things that you have done.
But then it takes just one bad news to actually dent someone's
Well, I
image.
think it takes one bad news to, create a bad impression of our country. But I don't think our image is dented. I think, yes, we're going through a period of bad news on this particular issue, and every time your name is mentioned alongside kind of illicit transnational trade is not exactly a good thing. But as I've said, I've been in this business of public relations and comms for long enough to understand that what will outlast the sensational news are the facts. And in this case, we will follow the facts.
The reason for
and the actions that we take as a government. You saw with the Guinea situation, when we took those actions, they were fully reported, and the world will see that, this is a responsible country. This is a country that they have their acts together, they have laws in place, and they're following those laws. Same thing. There's no, we're just sticking to what we can, making sure that we're transparent, we're explaining to our public primarily, first of all, but also to international media. I've done multiple media interviews, and what I keep doing and saying to them is we're sticking to the facts, and that's what we're
The reason for that question is just drawing a cue from what my co-host just mentioned, that it takes just one case to, of course, generalize and say things are bad. Take, for instance, the incidents came up just after what happened in Guinea. And so now when you go to the internet to type, even for those who are traveling, you'll have to go through excessive checks because you're coming from Sierra Leone. I
don't agree that is already the conclusion, because if you look at the news, for example, if you type cocaine and take any country in the world, take the US, they have way more drug problems than we do. Their image is not dented for that. If you take the UK, the whole point of this is allegedly a transnational trade. Where does it end? Why is the Netherlands not dented? If by the whole news, this individual actually comes from the Netherlands, that's what they're saying. They escaped from their country. So they produced the person. That's where everything happens. The sale happens in their country, but we were dented. Why? Because we name nine easy for dents. No, I don't. I disagree with that.
You know what
I think if you break it down, people are reasonable. When you break it down, again, it's nobody's alleging that Sierra Leone has become this big drug, but no. The whole point is that where is the drug going to? Where is the drug being sold? It's not in Sierra Leone. So again, we don't want to be part of it. We don't want our country to become a transit. I'm just speaking to the point of the notion that because there's one reporting of one incident here and there, that means your image is completely dented. The drug trade has been a long trade. It's been going on for a long time. The rich countries actually, again, you can Google any rich country, Norway, Finland, anyone, the Netherlands, they have way more on this news than we will ever have.